Chapter 2, The Council's Call. Lyra spent the next few weeks studying and training relentlessly, determined to improve her skills and be better prepared for any threats that might arise. As she practiced her spells and incantations, she couldn't help but feel a sense of excitement and anticipation for what lay ahead. One day, as she was leaving the training grounds, she was stopped by a group of wizards in long, flowing robes. They introduced themselves as members of the Council of Magic and told Lyra that they had been watching her progress with great interest. "We believe that you have the potential to be one of the most powerful wizards in the city," said one of the council members. "But in order to reach your full potential, you must be willing to undergo a series of trials and challenges." Lyra was intrigued by the council's proposal and eagerly accepted their offer. Over the next few days, she was put through a series of grueling tests, each one designed to push her to her limits and test the extent of her magical abilities. Despite the challenges, Lyra remained focused and determined. She drew upon her training and experience, using her quick thinking and powerful spells to overcome each obstacle in turn. As the trials drew to a close, the council members gathered to discuss Lyra's performance. After much deliberation, they emerged with a verdict. "Lyra, we are pleased to announce that you have passed our tests with flying colors," said the head of the council. "You have proven yourself to be one of the most skilled and powerful wizards in the city, and we believe that you have the potential to be a great asset in the fight against dark magic." Lyra felt a surge of pride and satisfaction at the council's words. She knew that she had worked hard to get to where she was, and she was determined to continue her training and become an even more formidable force. With that, the council members bid Lyra farewell and left her to ponder her future. As she walked back to her quarters, she couldn't help but feel a sense of excitement and anticipation for what lay ahead. She knew that there were still many challenges and obstacles to overcome, but she was ready to face them head-on, armed with the knowledge and skills she had acquired through her training and her experiences. The following morning, Lyra was awakened by a loud knocking on her door. She groggily made her way to the door and opened it to find a messenger standing outside. "Miss Lyra," the messenger said, bowing respectfully. "I have been sent by the council to deliver a message. They require your presence at the Tower of Magic immediately." Lyra was surprised by the urgency of the council's message. She quickly dressed and made her way to the tower, her mind racing with possibilities. What could be so urgent that they needed her presence at such short notice? As she arrived at the tower, she was greeted by a group of council members, who led her to a large chamber at the top of the tower. Inside, she found several other wizards and sorcerers gathered, all wearing grave expressions. The head of the council stepped forward to address the assembled group. "Friends and colleagues," he said, his voice grave. "We have received disturbing news from our scouts. It seems that a powerful dark wizard has emerged in the north, and he poses a grave threat to our city and our way of life." Lyra's heart sank at the news. She had heard stories of dark wizards and their sinister deeds, and she knew that they posed a serious threat to the safety and security of the city. "We need our best and brightest to help us in this fight," the head of the council continued. "And we believe that Lyra, with her exceptional skills and powers, is just the wizard we need to lead this mission." Lyra felt a surge of excitement and fear at the council's words. She knew that this mission would be dangerous and challenging, but she also knew that she had the skills and the determination to see it through. "I will do whatever it takes to protect the city and its people," she said, her voice ringing with conviction. The council members nodded in approval, and Lyra knew that the next few weeks would be the most challenging of her life. But she was ready to face whatever lay ahead, armed with her magic, her skills, and her unwavering determination. The council wasted no time in preparing Lyra and the other wizards for their mission. They were given detailed briefings on the dark wizard's abilities, his known allies, and his potential weaknesses. Lyra was assigned to lead a team of 4 other wizards, each one handpicked for their skills and experience. Together, they would be tasked with infiltrating the dark wizard's stronghold and neutralizing him before he could launch an attack on the city. As they made their way north, Lyra couldn't help but feel a sense of trepidation. She had faced many challenges in her life as a wizard, but this mission was unlike anything she had ever encountered before. They arrived at the edge of the Dark Wizard's territory, a vast expanse of barren wasteland filled with twisted trees and dark clouds. Lyra led her team forward, her senses alert for any sign of danger. As they drew closer to the stronghold, Lyra began to feel a sense of foreboding. The air was thick with the stench of dark magic, and she knew that they were walking into a trap. Sure enough, they were ambushed by a group of dark wizards, their robes billowing in the wind as they launched a barrage of spells and curses. Lyra and her team fought back with all their might, their spells and incantations weaving together in a dazzling display of magic. Despite their best efforts, however, they were outnumbered and outmatched. Just as all hope seemed lost, a figure emerged from the shadows, his wand glowing with an otherworldly light. Lyra recognized him at once as the dark wizard they had come to neutralize. The two wizards faced each other, their wands raised, their eyes locked in a fierce battle of wills. Lyra knew that this was her moment. She drew upon all her training and experience, channeling the energy of the earth and the sky into a single, powerful spell. The dark wizard screamed as the spell hit him, his body writhing and convulsing in agony. In a blinding flash of light, he was consumed by a burst of energy, his dark magic dissolving into nothingness. Lyra and her team breathed a collective sigh of relief, their bodies shaking with exhaustion and relief. They had done it. They had neutralized the dark wizard and saved the city from certain destruction. As they made their way back to the council, Lyra couldn't help but feel a sense of pride and satisfaction. She knew that her skills and determination had been put to the ultimate test, and she had emerged victorious. But even as she savored her victory, she knew that there would be other challenges and obstacles to overcome. She was a wizard, after all, and her duty was to protect the city and its people, no matter the cost. As Lyra and her team made their way back to the council, they were greeted with cheers and applause. News of their success had spread quickly, and the citizens of the city were grateful for their bravery. Lyra felt a sense of relief wash over her as she realized that they had accomplished their mission. However, she knew that there was still much work to be done. The council would need to launch an investigation into how the Dark Wizard had managed to gain so much power and support. In the days that followed, Lyra found herself immersed in the investigation. She worked tirelessly alongside the other wizards to piece together the Dark Wizard's network and uncover his sources of power. As they delved deeper, they discovered that the Dark Wizard had been gathering followers for years, using his charisma and his promise of power to lure in unsuspecting wizards and witches. He had built an extensive network of supporters, including some of the most powerful and influential wizards in the land. Lyra felt a sense of anger and betrayal as she learned more about the Dark Wizard's tactics. She knew that they had to act quickly to dismantle his network and prevent him from ever rising to power again. Together with the council, Lyra and her team devised a plan to dismantle the Dark Wizard's network. They worked tirelessly, using all of their knowledge and expertise to track down his supporters and neutralize their influence. It was a long and difficult process, but eventually, they succeeded. The Dark Wizard's network was dismantled, and his supporters were either captured or forced into hiding. As the investigation drew to a close, Lyra found herself feeling a sense of pride and accomplishment. She had helped to protect the city and its people, and she had used her skills and knowledge to make a real difference in the world. However, she knew that there would always be new challenges and threats to overcome. As a wizard, she had a duty to protect the city and its people, and she was ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. As Lyra and the council completed their investigation into the Dark Wizard's network, they felt a sense of relief and accomplishment. The city was safer, and its citizens could rest easy knowing that they were protected by some of the most skilled and knowledgeable wizards in the land. However, Lyra knew that there would always be new threats to face. She continued to hone her skills and expand her knowledge, always striving to be the best wizard she could be. As she looked out over the city, Lyra felt a sense of pride and responsibility. She knew that the safety of the city and its people rested on her shoulders, and she was determined to always be ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead.